Hello children. Today we are going to understand certain terminology which is used in heredity. We are doing chapter genetics. So in today's class we will understand certain terms which are quite often going to come in our in the chapter. So to understand them better we should know the meaning of them. Okay. So the first word will come is character. The character is any inheritable feature. Okay, any inheritable feature means the features which can be easily transferred from the parents to the offspring. Now the related term to the character is trait. Now traits is the alternative forms of character. Okay, so to understand this better, we have this examples of characters and traits. Now the characters can be color of the eyes. Then the trait will be, what is the alternative forms of this trait? Brown or blue. Then hair shape, the trait can be curly or straight. Eyebrows, heavy, bushy or thin. Hair on the middle joint of fingers, growth or no growth. Color vision, normal or red, green color, blindness. Okay. Tongue rolling of tongue, like that becomes the U shape, and when extended it becomes the mouth or no rolling. Okay, so similarly we have a list of characters which have alternative forms, that is traits. Okay, so I hope that you have understood what is the meaning of character and traits. Okay, now we come on to the next term, that is genes. Now genes word has already gene has already come up. We know that it is a part of DNA that carry characters from parents to offspring. In the genes, we have a various locations and every gene has a particular character to transfer that from parent to the offspring. Fine. Now we come on to the another term that is called as an allele or allelomorphs. Now what is allele or allelomorphs? Allele or allelomorphs are the alternative forms of genes. Okay, that are found at the same position in a chromosomes. In which type of chromosomes? Homologous chromosomes. Like during meiosis. Okay. So during meiosis is for related with the reproductive cells. Okay, so when one chromosome, one genes, okay, and the other genes from the one from the mother and one from the father is there, so it has various positions to carry. It has various position to carry the alleles. Okay, the alternative forms of genes. Now these characters are these things you can say like suppose this is for eye, this is for this character is for color of the eyes, this can be for the rolling of tongue, or this can be for using right hand or a left hand. So that it has a various locations. Okay, so the same chromosome coming from the other partner, okay, will also carry those alternative forms of genes. Okay, so some, and these can be written as we generally write as capital letter and a small letter. So it can have a pair, like here it is like I've written here is A, capital A, capital B, small b, small c, small d, small d, capital D. Okay, so why it is written here? Now because there are some characters, there are some characters, okay, there are some characters which are can be expressed morphologically, that is externally those characters are visible. So the characters which are visible in an organism, those are because of the dominant alleles. Okay, and dominant alleles it expresses, the characters are expressed in them. Okay, and they are generally represented by capital letters. Okay, then the recessive alleles are the ones. Okay, recessive alleles are generally written as a small letter. So here the ones which we have as a small letter, all these are representing the recessive allele. The recessive allele, they do not express themselves, so they remain unexpressed, okay, and they are called as, they are represented as small letters. Okay, now here they have been, when Mendel was studying various characters, okay, so he had brought various characters which he marked as dominant or recessive. So like for the plant height, he has taken a dominant character is the ones, the taller plants, and the dwarf plants he has taken as recessive. When he chose the color, so the plant producing purple color flower, they were dominant, and white color as recessive. Then for the pod color, when it has taken, so the green color is considered to be dominant and yellow color is recessive. The seed color, if it was yellow, then it was dominant. If the green, then recessive. Seed shape, round shape is dominant. Wrinkled seeds are recessive. Pod shape, if it is an inflated, then it is a dominant. If it is constricted, then it is recessive. If the flower position was axial, okay, at here, then it was considered, he took as dominant, and the ones which were terminal, okay, he took it as those as recessive. So these were some 7 contrasting characters of garden pea which he basically took for his work. So why we are talking about, because these characters, okay, these thing we are going to use when we study about the Mendel's law. Fine. Now we come on to the next term. Now when we come on to the next term, now the next one we have here is homozygous. Okay, homozygous, here word homo means similar and zygous means pair. Okay, when an individual in which both the factors or genes controlling is one character are similar, then they are represented like this. Either both can be dominant or both can be recessive. Okay, so both the characters are similar, then they are called as homozygous, and this is considered to be the pure breed. Okay, now we come to the next, that is in heterozygous. Hetero term means different, okay, and zygous mean pair. It means when an individual in which 2 factors or gene controlling one characters are dissimilar or contrasting, then they are called as heterozygous. How they are represented? Like one small letter, one capital letter. It means one will be dominant, okay, like we were talking that one can be green color, pod can be of green color, and the other can be of yellow color, or the flower color can be purple or white. It means the gene controlling one characters are dissimilar or contrasting. Okay, so here, so we have understood characters, traits, gene, allele or allelomorphs, homozygous and heterozygous.